State officials are encouraging you to volunteer to conserve and improve Virginia's natural resources. Governor Bob McDonnell today announced the start of the 2010 Stewardship Virginia Spring Campaign, which will run through May 31st. Run by the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation, the campaign encourages volunteers to adopt streams, plant buffers, improve wildlife habitat, and other projects. McDonnell says the campaign applies to the Commonwealth the lesson that places should be left better than they were found. And joining us now to discuss Stewardship Virginia is Gary Waugh, Public Relations Manager for the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Gary, last year the Stewardship Virginia campaign registered 263 projects across Virginia. What were typical?
Bob, there were a whole host of different types of projects. You mentioned some of them in your intro, but stream restoration projects, planting trees around streams, something as simple as a stream litter cleanup, or working in local parks, working on trails, eradicating invasive species, which is a fancy way of saying getting rid of harmful weeds. So there are a number of different projects that people can take on.
What ones are the most beneficial?
I think one of the most beneficial things of this whole campaign is getting people back out and connected with nature, whether it's taking the kids out and getting them active in something, or other adults as well. But having said that, I think some of the water quality related projects, the stream restoration ones, are very important.
Explain to folks, Gary, what stream restoration, why is it important to plant trees near streams?
There are a number of reasons. First of all, the trees actually serve as a filter and keep harmful pollution from running into the streams. There's something called non-point source. It's basically runoff pollution. So these trees help buffer the streams and keep some of that pollution out. It also provides habitat for streamside animals. It also, as the trees grow, they help shade the streams and actually keep the temperatures for aquatic species in balance.
Okay. Now, as I understand it, you want citizens, but also businesses and service groups involved.
That's right. If you have a scout group, if you're a part of a business, we have a number of businesses that have been very active in this in the past. Example, here in the Richmond area, Dominion has been very active a number of years in these kinds of projects. Alcoa is another company that comes to mind. But any kind of groups, scouting groups, church groups, hunt clubs, if you've got a bicycle or a hiking group, we have resources on our website that would help any of those groups in trying to pull together a good volunteer project.
All right. Now, this spring campaign runs through May 31st. What if you can't get it organized by then?
Well, certainly we would encourage people to do things year-round, but if you can do it during the spring campaign, one of the good things about it, one of the recognition pieces of this, is that you and your volunteers would all get a signed certificate from Governor McDonnell thanking you for your efforts. We also do run a Stewardship Virginia campaign in the fall that runs through September and October. And that's really a lot of the projects this time of year are more the kind of cleanup, trail maintenance types of things. In the fall is when you do a lot of the plantings. It's more conducive to planting trees and some of those. So we have several options there.
All right. And if people can't get out, are there things that they can do around their own house that basically would help conserve for Virginia?
Oh, absolutely. Particularly going back to the water quality, anything that, any plantings that you can do as far as helping keep runoff from storm drains and that type of thing. Just being careful with the way you use fertilizer. This time of year, a lot of folks are out there dumping a lot of fertilizer on the grass when, frankly, they'd probably be better off using it in the fall.
All right. Gary Waugh of the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, for more information on Stewardship Virginia, just go to our website, whsv.com, and click on the Hot button. And now let's send it to Mel.